So it's been 21 days, or about 3 weeks, since I first got my hands on Samsung's Galaxy S21 Ultra, Samsung's latest premium flagship smartphone. In this video, I want to talk to you about some new experiences I've had with the S21 Ultra over the past 3 weeks or so, and find out whether or not this phone might be the right choice for you, considering the many smartphone options Samsung provides. Let's get started. Starting with price. At the time of this video, the S21 Ultra, which comes with at least 128 gigabytes of storage and 12 gigabytes of RAM, has already seen discounts at most retailers and is currently priced at around $1,000. We can definitely expect to see this price drop even further as time goes on, so feel free to check the product links in the description for the most up-to-date pricing whenever you happen to be watching this video. In exchange for that price, you are getting some excellent features you would want and expect out of a premium flagship smartphone here in 2021, like the stunning 6.8-inch display, a greatly sized 5,000 mAh battery, quick and effective 25-watt superfast charging, an excellent and versatile camera system, and Samsung's One UI 3.1, which continues to be a smoother and more seamless software experience as time goes on, and Samsung's new promise of at least 3 years of software updates means this phone certainly won't feel obsolete soon after getting it. The S21 Ultra gets a top-of-the-line processor as well, whether that is the Snapdragon 888 or Exynos 2100 depending on where you live. But the spec sheet isn't the only aspect of this phone that looks impressive, as the S21 Ultra itself is an absolute looker with its newly updated physical design. The back has a great feeling matte finish which resists fingerprints, and the camera module is a bit overwhelming at first, but you get used to it pretty quickly. Samsung found a way to have the camera layout work its way into the aluminum frame of the phone, which gives it a cleaner look in my opinion. The Victus glass on the front and the IP68 water and dust resistance certifications provide a lot of peace of mind for your pricey phone. But with all specifications aside, what is actual day-to-day usage like on the S21 Ultra? With the exception of a couple quirks, the S21 Ultra has been an absolute joy to use over the past month or so. The biggest reason for this enjoyment starts with the screen. The 6.8-inch AMOLED display looks great with its vibrant colors and deep blacks, but the best part of this display for me has been the all-new 1440p 120Hz refresh rate option, which is a first of its kind for a Samsung phone and looks phenomenal in daily use. And even though this phone is on the larger side given that large screen, the slim bezels and rounded design make for a pretty compact form factor, and I found no difficulty fitting this phone in any of the places I normally stow away my phone, like in my jacket, backpack, or in my snug fitting pants. Getting into the S21 Ultra couldn't be any quicker with its very fast and responsive fingerprint reader, needing just a tap from your thumb. And the excellent facial recognition works just as quick, if not quicker, in most scenarios. Both unlocking methods have been consistent and reliable in my day-to-day use. Consistent and reliable are also perfect words to describe the performance of the S21 Ultra. The Snapdragon 888 has handled everything I have thrown at this phone so far, and it just works, to put it simply. All of your general tasks like watching YouTube, shopping online, surfing the web, checking in on the news, scrolling through social media, and playing games could certainly be done on less powerful and less expensive chipsets, but how I see it is that this processor will undoubtedly last for many years to come, and it helps with more than just raw performance, like having a more efficient battery, for example. Regarding the battery life, I have been extremely happy with it in my extensive daily use. There has yet to be a scenario of being concerned about running out of battery before a day was over, and in most cases, even with 5.5 to 6 hours of screen on time, I still have plenty of battery going into the next day. I am so happy with these results because this use case is with the screen set to the 1440p 120Hz refresh rate option, which on paper should be expected to surely drain your battery quickly, but that is just not the case here. Battery life is not a concern on the S21 Ultra. Charging back up quickly is of no concern either, with charging speeds getting you back to full battery in about an hour's time. I have also been really happy with the cameras on the S21 Ultra, particularly with the new features which made their way to this camera system, like the 10 times optical zoom and the great image stabilization when filming video. Footage comes out very smooth, even if your hand is shaking and moving all over the place while filming. And I found the new 10 times optical zoom feature to be very useful in real life use, as it makes for pretty smooth zoom transitions while filming video, and overall just helps you to get a closer look at something you're looking to snap a photo of from far away. If you didn't already know, the S21 Ultra also now has the ability to use an S Pen, which is very exciting for me. And while my experience in daily use has been positive overall, there are a couple quirks here worth mentioning. The first being that the pen itself is a completely separate accessory, opposed to it being an integral part of the phone itself, like on Samsung's Galaxy Note. I will often leave the S21 Ultra's S Pen at home, whereas the Note's S Pen is always ready at a moment's notice no matter where I am, which is a big part of what makes it so great. Fortunately, there is a case available from Samsung that holds the S Pen for you, which works quite well for that, but unfortunately the silicone design doesn't make it very pocket friendly. Because of this, I normally opt for a different case altogether and leave the S Pen and its case at home for easier use of the phone on the go. But looking at the S Pen itself, I absolutely love the larger size, since it has a much more substantial feel in the hand and makes it a great tool for any writing, sketching, or other on-screen activities you would use a stylus for, my personal favorite being playing games requiring precise touches and taps. I also love the fact that you can use the S Pen included with the Galaxy Tab S7 on the S21 Ultra, meaning you might be in a scenario where you don't even need to buy the official S21 Ultra S Pen, which is a separate purchase from the phone. Another separate purchase you might need to be aware of if considering this phone is an adapter for the use of a MicroSD card, as there is no longer a dedicated slot for one inside of the phone. Personally, I use one of these dongles already to transfer things from my phone, camera, and laptop with the use of a microSD card, so this is personally not a deal breaker for me. Something else missing with the S21 Ultra, while not a complete deal breaker for me, but still frustrating and borderline infuriating, is Samsung's decision to not include a charger. If you already have a charger equipped with power delivery, then you will be able to tap into the 25-watt superfast charge, as I mentioned earlier, so it's nice that you aren't forced into buying an official Samsung charger, but it's still something I think needs to be included with a $1,000 phone. A couple other quirks with this phone worth mentioning are that the matte finish on the back makes this phone quite slippery, so a case has been a necessity for me in daily use. And lastly, the SIM card tray is on the bottom of the phone opposed to the top, and the reason I bring this up is to make sure you are using the SIM tool on the proper hole to open the SIM slot, as the other identically sized hole is actually your microphone, and I've personally jabbed at this a few times by accident. So, with all things considered, after 21 days of usage with the Galaxy S21 Ultra, my final verdict is this. If you're looking for a premium, smooth, and seamless smartphone experience in the standard smartphone form factor, and you can find a retailer with pricing of $1,000 or less, then I think this phone is worth considering. The S21 Ultra offers enough new features, capabilities, and enjoyable experiences and interactions to warrant the price, in my opinion. But what are your thoughts on the Galaxy S21 Ultra? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up. And please consider subscribing to the Shane Symonds YouTube channel today, as only about 3.6% of you are currently subscribed. I hope to see you guys around for the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.